Hi guys, it's Drew Bradshaw here, showing you how to submit some homework to Canvas. This particular video will talk about going from Notability to Microsoft OneDrive to a web browser to Canvas to submit it. But the same process works if you swap out OneDrive for Google Drive. Either way, you need to make sure you are signed in to your OneDrive first or your Google Drive before you complete this video. So make sure you're signed into those and then we'll continue. So let's pretend we're going to create a note in here in Notability and we're going to do our homework in this note. This is a little different than downloading something that the teacher has already created for you to fill out. So you would first make a new note, and in this instance we're going to be filing it under Science Homework. This could be done in science, math, English, social studies, or any class really. Start a new note. Okay, now we're in a new note page in Notability, and by default it just says note and a date, but that's not going to be very helpful to you down the road when we're going to say, hey, we can't find this assignment, where is it? And you'll say, oh, I've got it in Notability, but you can't find it either. So go ahead and double tap up there and we will change the name of this note. When you double tapped up here, this shows up down here, this text bar, and you'll put your cursor in here, you'll back all this out, and you'll name your homework what you need to name it. In this case, it looks like we named our homework Science Practices, and we pretended that we filled out our entire page of homework. Now that we have finished our homework, we need to get ready to send this back to Canvas to turn in. So go ahead and tap this share sheet up here and we'll get started. At this point, Notability is asking, where am I supposed to send this file to? In this video, we're going to be selecting Microsoft OneDrive, but in other classes, a teacher might ask you to use Google Drive. Right now, this video is focusing on OneDrive. After I tapped OneDrive, it's asking me to pick a folder. I suggest picking Documents, and then in the next screen, picking maybe like Science or English or wherever your homework is for. Put it in that folder. Do not just save it randomly because you'll never find it again. Once you've picked a folder, go ahead and click or tap Export to OneDrive. Now we're back to this screen and it says that I picked a folder called Science. I want to make sure that the format I'm sending is PDF, and then you can look at some of these other options. Once they're all to how you like it, go ahead and tap Send to OneDrive. Okay, for this slide I'm going to need you to use your imagination. I don't have access to a student Canvas course to give you sort of the exact screenshot, so I'm going to have to describe it. You've closed Notability and you've opened up Canvas in your web browser of choice. You have gone to the page that has your homework assignment on it. Okay, you've gotten to that page. At the top corner, if it's the first time you're submitting, there'll be a green button in the top corner, and it will say Submit, or it'll say Submission or something like that. What you do is you'll click that button, and then a box like this screenshot that I have will appear on your screen. I need you to select Choose File. Then there will be a pop-up where you find your file in either OneDrive where you saved it or in Google Drive. Find your file. Once you've found your file, the file name will appear right here. It still says choose file here, but actually you have chosen the file. Then, if you need to, you could leave your teacher a comment here, and then you'll click the submit button. You can verify if it's submitted by reopening that same homework page and looking at the green button up above. Now, it should change. Instead of saying submit or submission, it would say resubmit or submission. So that means you've already done it once, it already went through. If you have any questions, make sure to ask your teacher.